Good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to speak with you in regards to our current educational system as well as my position as Michigan State Superintendent. I don't know if any of you became alarmed from watching Secretary DeVos's interview on 60 Minutes last week, but I am very alarmed. Secretary DeVos clearly does not know and had not been informed about the conditions here in Michigan with our school systems ranking the lowest in the nation. It has caused a lot of Michigan citizens along with American citizens to question what is going on here in Michigan, that our children are ranking the lowest in the nation, and is the ESSA system working here in Michigan. I'm equally concerned about the public outrage and response regarding her lack of knowledge. We need to communicate to Secretary DeVos's office what our needs are, what our concerns are, and most of all, we need to present her with a solid plan of action that she can then in turn help us with. We cannot expect, nor can we afford, to rely on Secretary DeVos or the government to know what is going on, the specific complex problems that we are experiencing in our own backyard. We have to become the squeaky wheel that gets the oil. Organizing an accountability team/department of devoted, diverse educators, parents, college students, city council members to investigate and examine our school systems will help our office to develop a plan that makes sense, that works with our lower performing schools, and is not just a plan that sounds good in theory. I don't see the ESSA program going anywhere anytime soon, and I don't necessarily fault the ESS program. It has definitely had success in some states. However, the states that have been successful using the ESSA program are states that have firm accountability policies in place for their charter and private schools. Unlike Michigan, we're at about 3% for accountability in comparison to other states. Therefore, I'm proposing that Michigan uses its authority to develop and enforce a more visible accountability policy that will regulate all chartered and private schools who are responsible for educating Michigan children, as other states have been very successful in doing so. What we have been doing in the past is simply not working, and I think we really are going to have to try something different. I think we should follow the lead of other states who are successful with their schools and the ESSA program, and see if we can incorporate some of those things into our school systems. I think having open conversations with out-of-state education departments and superintendents to see what programs that they're using that are working, that we can implement in our systems, would be beneficial as well. Now, I know all that sounds good in theory, but I want to discuss with you now why I feel that I am the person who can actually bring those plans to life. I sit on the governor's cabinet as the primary executive officer of the Department of Education, and I am the primary liaison for the United States Department of Education and other federal agencies. Hence, my position allows me to be that squeaky wheel that I discussed earlier. As superintendent, I am responsible for the implementation of bills being passed by legislation and funding and policies established by the Department of Education. I also manage state and federal resources of the Department of Education, Hence, my position allows me to develop that accountability team that we spoke of earlier as well. So those are the qualifications of my position that will allow me to bring the plan that I propose to life. Now, if I would like to discuss my history and my credentials. From 2008 to 2015, I served as superintendent over the third largest school district in Michigan, Dearborn School Systems. Prior to that, I spent 10 years as Director of Government and Community Services in Oakland County. My experience and expertise gives me the ability to work with the government to bring in the financial resources to our schools that will allow us to see the student achievement that we're working towards. And I also taught classes at Wayne State University, the same university that I received my bachelor's and master's degree from. Now, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. Number one, let's use our state authority to bring our Michigan chartered schools and public schools up to a higher standard, as other states are already doing successfully. Let's either impose a new policy or enforce the current policy that we have. Number two, it is up to us to become the squeaky wheel that gets the oil. Clearly, Secretary DeVos has no intentions on visiting our schools. As she has stated, she has not intentionally visited low-performing schools in Michigan. Therefore, I am suggesting that we develop an open and consistent communication with her and her office so that she is aware of our needs, our concerns, and our plans for bettering our school systems. And now, in closing, I just want to say that I believe in our children, and I believe that they are very capable, and they do not deserve to be ranked in the lowest of the nation. My commitment is to work diligently towards figuring out what works and what doesn't work. I am holding myself personally accountable because I do have the experience and I do have the expertise. I have the resources and I have the connections to turn this situation into progress from failure. I believe that I did this for Dearborn schools, and I believe that I can do it for all of Wayne County as well. I'm hoping that you will allow me the chance and opportunity to address and redirect our current school system and allow me to represent our Michigan children as they deserve to be represented. Thank you for your time, and thank you very much for your support.